Hello, BookTube. This is Shelf Tour, bookcase number 15, shelf number 4, part 1. And it's a odd mix, as usual, with this bookcase. So I'm going to start with more Tolkien. So these little editions, there's The Hobbit, and little end papers. I like the size of these. And there's like a leather type of thing. This is Houghton Mifflin Harcourt, Boston, New York. And if I can get... And this is, it's hard to tell. This Texas edition is based on this, published in 95. And this is published in 2007, I guess. So, they have a little dragon image. So it'd be sort of handy if you're traveling. And then I've got a box set with all 4 of them in it, where the Hobbit looks slightly different. In the box set, see if I can do this, the Hobbit doesn't have the gold in the print. See, it's pretty much the same thing, but it doesn't have the gold. And then you have the Fellowship of the Ring. Two Towers here. Return of the King. So they're nice. They're a nice little collection. These Lord of the Ring things are always fun. I need to get more of the Christopher Tolkien editions. Sort of stopped doing that. Then oddly, I love maps, and I've mentioned that more than once. So the shelves are piled with them. So here's a Michelin USA map. These fold-out types. National Geographic Mars. Looks like a really old astronomy map here. I'd have to unfold it all the way to find out even who did it. So a lot of National Geographic ones. So this is Asia. Some of these are really old. Eastern Soviet Union. I'm not going to unfold them. France, Belgium, the Netherlands. This is from 1960. National Geographic. Europe. So let me see here. I don't see the date, so I'll just... Here we have the Balkans. Southwestern United States, New England. This one's folded wrong, so who knows what it is. That's another New England. Historical France. Historical map of the United States. To give you an idea. Discoverers of the Pacific. Japan and Korea. This is December 1945. Southeast Asia. This is September 1955. The territorial growth of the United States. This is from 1987. Greece and the Aegean. 1958. This is the world from 1960. Here's a world from March of 57. Used to get these in the old National Geographic magazines. They'd be stuck in there. It says Europe in 1962. This is the Western Soviet Union, and this would have been 1959. So it's all folded up, of course. What's this? Oddly folded thing. Oh, this is Mexico, Central America, and the West Indies. National Geographic Society. Don't really see a date. You can sort of see here. I'm not going to I'd have to be real careful unfolding it. Then there seems to be a few of them here that are folded backwards. I'm not even going to go through them. Then we have Western Migration, Dreams of Gold and a Better Life, Drive Mass Movement. We have Mexico from 1973. Mexico and Central America, 61. Lands of the Bible Today with descriptive notes, 1967. You have Central America, April 86. Lands of the Eastern Mediterranean, January of 1959. You have Southwest Asia, 1963. Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, and Thailand. This is from February 67. Yeah, Battles of the Civil War from the History Channel Club. Big old world map here. I'm not going to unfold the whole thing, but it came produced by Geographica Limited in London. And then finally, what's this thing here? It's sort of odd looking duck. The RSA, some sort of map of Cape Province. I don't even know where I got that. So a bunch of maps. I also love nautical charts. I have piles of those. Let's get into something a little different here. This is the Lord of the Rings Location Guidebook Extended Edition by Ian Brody. HarperCollins publisher. And this came out in 2002, so it's on site when they're filming The Lord of the Rings. And this is a beat-up old edition of a science fiction, a DK publication, the Illustrated Encyclopedia by John Clute. This came out in 1995, so it has a lot of information on the genre through time. There's a little picture of Dune there. Then I got these illustrated movie companions. So this, here's the Fellowship of the Ring. Visual companion by Jude Fisher. Don't really see the copyright information. They're fun. I got the illustrated movie companion, The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, visual companion. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Again by Jude Fisher. Okay, it's Houghton Mifflin, Boston, New York, 2002. Just an odd spot for the copyright information, but we found it. And then finally on those, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King visual companion by Jude Fisher. And end papers. And that was Houghton Mifflin, Boston, New York, 2003. So you get an idea of what's going on there. And then, again, strange little way I have these collected. This is Chasing the Sun, Dictionary Makers and the Dictionaries They Made by Jonathan Green. And that's Henry Houghton Company, New York. And it is from 1996. Then here, for some reason, I have a copy of the American Scholar. I can't remember what I don't have any idea what I was reading and why I still have it. That probably can go in the recycling. Then Julia's Cats, which I've read recently. I'm a big Julia Child fan. This is Abrams Image, New York, and it was published in 2012. So Julia and her beloved cats. This I picked up. I have no idea why. I think I got it for almost nothing, so I thought it might be worth a read. This is C.V. Wedgwood, The King's War, 1641 to 1647. Then some May Sarton I picked up at a book sale. Miss Pickthorn and Mrs. Hare. And Mr. Hare, excuse me. London Jam Dent & Sons Limited, 1966. I think that's a big old fuel truck stopping by. I'm trying to get up the hill by my house. Making a lot of noise. Then May Sarton, A House by the Sea, a journal. And this is W.W. Norton Company, and it's from 1977. I always wanted to read the journals. This one's got some terrible foxing on it. I always wanted to read the journals. I've heard so many people have and enjoyed them. And then I've May Sarton, Plant Dreaming Deep. And this is something about, I think it's her house in New Hampshire. And this is, let's see, W.W. Norton and Company. And it's 1968, first edition. Boy, you really hear that truck out there. Let's hope he's not getting stuck. And this is a ring binder thing. 1999 edition of the historical markers on the Crown Point Road, Vermont's first road. It was a military road leading from Old Fort Number 4 over in New Hampshire, and through a lot of the towns around here. Then here's a volume, Echophrasis, The Illusion of the Natural Sign by Krieger. This is a Johns Hopkins University Press, Boston and London, 1992. It's a literary study. Then more magazines. I'll just do them by the pile of what they are. Got a bunch of the archaeology magazines, which I love, that I look through constantly. Yep, got the company there. I got some old National Geographics and some Lost Treasure. So that pretty much finishes up part 1 of the 4th shelf of the 15th bookcase. A lot of magazines, a lot of odd volumes, but fun. So thank you, BookTube.